Spitfire pilots sat on their bulky parachutes. The ground crew helped a pilot to strap them on. These Spitfire 5Cs needed an auxiliary starter plugged into the engine before they would start. Radar in Darwin was primitive, and often the fighters didn't get into the air until the bombers had dropped their bombs. When they scrambled to intercept the Japanese, the Spitfires taxied out from their camouflage revetments, half hidden by the bush. As the aircraft took off and landed again, the ambulance and the medical officer always stood at the end of the strip. Some pilots never came back. Some aircraft disappeared into the crocodile-infested mangrove swamps of northwestern Australia and were never seen again, at least not until recently. This is Flight Lieutenant Derek Gray, a British pilot whose Spitfire ran out of fuel and force-landed on the mudflats. It was Christmas Eve 1943. Gray survived the crash and spent his Christmas floating in a dinghy.
I thought it was a lovely aircraft, and I still think so. I think it's the only aircraft that to me, fits the name of aircraft, because you sat in it and you flew it, and you felt it. You had wings coming out of your shoulders, you know. You didn't, but you felt as if you did. Whereas in everything else, you had to sit up high and sort of treat it like a bus instead of flying.
Well, if you're enjoying this film so far, it would be really great if you'd help us in our goal of recovering, restoring and preserving a lot of older documentary materials on Historical Machines TV. So that's at www.historicalmachines.tv. If you jump on over there, you can sign up for a free 7-day trial and check out the full-length version of this documentary. While you're there, see what else is in our catalogue, because I'm sure there's a lot that you'll enjoy.
Quite frightening when you first start to fly it, because it takes off so quickly, and then suddenly you're at about 2,000 or 3,000 feet after flying in a service aircraft. And but I flew 500 hours on them, and I don't think I ever had a problem with it.
It looked good. It flew well. It did all the things you asked it to do. It never let you down. Nor did the other aircraft, but the Spitfire seemed to be a little bit better.
Well, they were a beautiful thing to fly, and they were very good at burning too. You notice I have no eyebrows. I had them burnt off at Darwin, but they were a beautiful thing to fly.
It hogs the limelight. It gets a lot of glamour, I suppose, with the poor old Hurricane, which was the workhorse and probably did far more than the Spitfire did, but it didn't have the beautiful lines of the Spitfire. But certainly my own feelings when I heard Colin Pay's aeroplane at Scone, a shiver went up my back, and even the wives said, "We now know what you guys rabbit on about." They felt it too. It's a marvellous looking, sounding aeroplane.
Join us on our full advert-free streaming service at historicalmachines.tv, where you'll find lots more great footage just like this, all for less than the cost of a cup of coffee per month.